Fast Train.
I've never been more awake. I've never been more awake. I have never been more awake in my born day. There's nothing here that's fake. No damage left in my wake except a heart that didn't know that it might break. And at times we have to take a chance and walk these streets alone. And if you follow me right now, you won't find home. And if I could, I surely would catch a fast train out of town.
All right, everybody. This is Kenny C here from Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. And you just heard a minute-long snippet of a song called Fast Train, and it is performed by my guest at this time. She's a singer, songwriter, all the way from the UK, and I'm proud to be joined with Eva Abraham. And this is her first ever Skype interview. I know she may have done interviews before, but not quite like this. But she's joining me right now. Hello, Eva.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Thanks for inviting me on your show.
And thank you for being on. And that was actually the first time I actually heard the song Fast Train, and I like it.
Good.
I
I'm
ab-
glad to hear it.
I absolutely like it. Thank you so much for being on, and let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
What got you into doing music?
Well, I've always wanted to sing ever since, it's that kind of cliche is when you're a kid, you always wanted to perform in front of your family and with the hairbrush on the coffee table and all that sort of thing. But I always harmonized with everything, every person, every kind of electrical piece of machinery. I was always harmonizing with that. So I just wanted to perform, wanted to sing, write my own stuff as long as I can remember.
Did you ever play instruments?
Yeah, I had piano lessons when I was from about age 7. We always had a piano in our house, and then about age 19, I bought a guitar and taught myself how to play that. Yeah.
Do you remember the first song you have ever wrote?
I do. It's called oh God, I can't remember what it's called actually, but it's just about me being born and doing. Oh, it's quite a good song. It's not great, but but I do. I've got it written down somewhere, so I keep all my lyrics and all my any recordings I've ever done. I keep them all. So
Who are your favorite music artists growing up?
um, well, I mean, a lot of kind of folk, really, American and mostly American, really, in English, secondary probably. But I loved. I sort of grew up listening to like Fleetwood Mac and Simon and Garfunkel, and then a bit later Joni Mitchell, obviously. Um, I had quite a lot of country influence growing up, like Dolly Parton, Patsy Cline, um, quite a lot of kind of commercial country, really. Um, but I also grew up listening to a lot of kind of reggae and soul and lovers rock, really. So yeah.
How would you describe your music? Are you a pop, rock, a blend of both? What would be the best way to describe Eva Abraham's music?
That's always a really hard one to answer, but I would say it's kind of acoustic, acoustic kind of eclectic. I don't know, acoustic music really. I wouldn't call it pop, but because it's quite sort of organic, I suppose, organic instruments and stuff. Um, but I'd probably put it in the acoustic singer-songwriter category if I had to put it somewhere.
Acoustic eclectic.
Yeah,
It's got
that
a nice swing to
do
it.
for me.
It's got a nice swing to it.
Yeah.
What inspires you to write your songs?
Well, when I'm writing for myself, it's my life experiences, and in the last sort of 3 years, I've really had quite major life experiences, so that kind of really fueled this album. But I also do a lot of writing for film and that kind of thing, lots of songwriting and music. So when it comes to that, the inspiration is obviously what they've given me. I can pretty much write a song about anything, really. But when it comes to myself, yeah, it's my own experiences of life.
Again, I'm joined with Eva Abraham, all the way from the UK, here for an exclusive interview right here on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. Um, Now you released an album called Cold Light and Fast Trains off that album. What was the process like working on that record?
Well, over the last 3 years, me, um, Andy Waterworth, who plays double bass and loads of other instruments on the album, also Pete Radcliffe, who plays drums and loads of all the percussion. We mixed and we all produced together. The three of us have been working together for years, and in about the last 3 years, we just started recording various tracks in the album in different places, in different situations. We'd kind of take all the recording equipment into a space and then do some live recording and then just take the best recordings from that. But and gradually the song evolved really. We did a lot of live uh, performances as well, and then later on we were joined by Drew Sleeder, who sings, plays flute and guitar on the album as well. And then the four of us did loads of gigs, and then we just went into this really excellent studio in North London called Cowshed. We just took 2 days there, and 9 songs of the album we put down like basics, live kind of backbone to the whole track, and then we took the stuff home and had some overdubs at the home studio. So the whole process from the Cowshed to now is, well, that happened in sort of October, so 10 months ago, really. Does that answer your question?
Oh yes, that did, and then some.
Okay.
So, considering that you live in the UK, are you a Beatles fan?
I think I really appreciate the Beatles, and I could see why everyone loves them and all that, and they have contributed a lot to songwriting and music. But I don't actually listen to the Beatles loads. But I like they've written some classic songs, and their melodies and everything are very good.
And what is your take on today's music? You know, a lot has changed, since the Beatles days. A lot has happened, record labels and artists and the way they look and the way they sound. What's your take on today's music?
Well, the general sort of pop thing is, I find it, I'm not really into it at all. It's very generic and quite boring, really. And everyone, yeah, looks the same, sounds the same. Um, and but obviously, there's a lot more opportunity for sort of people like me, people making their own music and doing their own sort of promotions things with the internet and media the way that it is. It's good from that point of view, and you can there's a lot more access to other types of music. But as far as the pop side of it goes, it's no, I'm not. I'm not really into it at all. If anyone wants to sing one of my songs, we'll talk.
Uh, Basically, I think as it pertains to today's music, I'm guessing too much politics,
Yeah,
people and record labels and executives and others trying to pretty much dictate what you look like or what you sound like when you want all people want to do is be themselves. And I guess to some labels, some other people, some artists have that freedom to do what they want to do, and then there's some artists that don't.
yeah. No, well, it's like there's a formula there, and everyone's saying, right, this is what works, this is selling. We want you all to fit into that mold, or obviously, if you are kind of right at the very top of the scale, you have got more freedom. But then, even then, I'm not sure how much. I'll tell you when I get there.
As an artist and as a songwriter, what do you think makes a good song? You think it's the verses, the bridge, the hook? What do you think makes a good song?
Um, it obviously it depends on what kind of situation the song is, but yeah, I think you need a good melody and a good hook, really. That's for me makes a good song. But I think the words are important, obviously, to me being a songwriter. Um, but I think, I mean, take someone like Joni Mitchell, for instance. There's so many of her songs that you can listen to like for years. You can still find meaning in there. So, but obviously, a pop song, you don't want it to be too cryptic, but then you don't want it to be too obvious either. So I think a balance between there. But yeah, first of all, I think good hook and melody and a good singing voice is always a pleasure to hear.
This is a two-part question. If you can work with any artist and a producer, especially those that you haven't worked with, who would you like to collaborate with someday?
Well, the artist, I thought about this, and I'd quite like to do a duet with someone like Richard Hawley, or maybe even Paul Weller, someone like that. A good male vocalist, and I'd really love to work with Burt Bacharach someday.
And where can people listen to your music and learn more from you and your band?
I've got a website which is www.evaabraham.com, and that's got loads of my music on all different types of things. And that's all linked to SoundCloud and that. There's photos and everything. And then there's also um, my music website. My film music website, which is www.hamworthmusic.com. That's HAM worthmusic.com, and that's got my show reel on there as well. So yeah,
Do you have
check.
any upcoming shows and performances?
I have the next show, but it's in London, so your American listeners probably won't want to come to that one. It's in at the 12 Bar Club in Denmark Street. It's a very famous little place up in the Tin Pan Alley in the West End of London. That's on the 1st of August. That's a Wednesday night. It's actually Drew, the guitarist, his birthday, so kind of having a double celebration of the new album coming up and his birthday.
That's gonna be a big show right there, all wrapped together. Everyone, if you are in the UK area, go check out Eva Abraham and her band. Check out the music. It's
Well, you
very
can also tune it. Sorry to interrupt you. You can also listen on radio too. with BBC Radio 2 at 11:50 our UK time. There's a, a s- a spot on Richard Madeley's show called Uncharted Territory, and I'm going to be playing a song from my album Johnny June, and hopefully talking about me a bit. So you can tune into that, which is 89.9 FM. You can probably get all that online as well.
All right, and what would your advice be to anyone out there that wants to get into music, that wants to be an artist? What would your advice be?
Um, just be true to yourself. I know it sort of sounds obvious and a cliche, but just do what you think is good, what makes you happy, but also, learn your craft well. I think that's really important because you need to sort of have that to back you up. Just get as much experience as you can. Live performing is fantastic. Best place to learn.
Again, I am joined with Eva Abraham here on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. Be on the lookout for her music. Check out her performances if you're in the UK area, and just check out her website, and she'll keep you posted of what's going on. I want to send a shout out to JJ Kane,
Yeah.
who I first heard of you through her. I just found out that JJ is a female. I did not know, but now I do know. So thank you for the confirmation on that. Uh, Before I let you go, Eva, before I end this interview, I ask all guests to do this. It's like a station ID. It's like a voice drop.
Yeah.
All you have to do is say your name, and right after you say your name, you say you are listening to Chillin' with Jeff and Kenny C.
This is Eva Abraham, and I'm listening to Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C.
Perfect. And I love the British accent.
Oh, well, one does one's best.
There you go. Uh, I want.
Thanks, Kenny. It's been lovely talking to you.
It's great talking to you as well, and everybody be on the lookout for Eva Abraham. The sky's the limit for you. I love your music, and as people are listening to this right now, Eva Abraham's music will be heard on the Chillin' with Jeff and Kenny C's music station within next week or so. I will be adding, and I will add Fast Train on there as well. I just played a snippet of it a little bit earlier. But I want to thank you for your time, considering this is your first time ever using Skype, and I'm hope that you'll use it more often, and it's a very cool thing to use. Do you have any final words and shout outs?
Just thanks to everyone that's listening, and yeah, hope to perform live for you all soon. And thanks to everyone that made the album, Pete, Andy, Drew, and all the other special guests. And thanks, JJ Kane.
And yes, let's make
And
that
thank
happen.
you, Kenny, of course.
Thank you, and yes, let's bring her to America. Let's bring her to America.
Please, I want to come to America.
Yes, you won't be disappointed. I'm all up for it.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, people. Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can listen to this and many more on www.chillinbroadcasting.com. I am Kenny C, and this will conclude the interview. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you.